Boom, there we are and recording. Hey, good evening everyone and welcome to our Wednesday night Magic Moments Movement Zoom. I say this every week, but every week I genuinely mean it. This is my favourite event of the week. It's an exciting one for me because we get to reach out and share with people what we do and why we do it. When I say people that might be, having that feeling like that, that they're meant for more, that they're meant to be doing bigger things or more purposeful things, meaningful things, and may be feeling sort of stuck or not know where or how to go about that. So we get to share with them, as I said, what we do, why we do it, but most importantly, how we go about it and our passion behind it. I always like to sort of share this. It's very easy to get in that I guess you call it the treadmill, where you get up, you wake up, you go to work, you don't necessarily feel passionate about what you're doing in a day. You're completely exhausted when you get home. You don't really have a true sense of purpose, fulfillment in your day, and you believe that there's nothing you can really do about it except, go back to bed and wake up and do it all over again. And it's very easy to find yourself in that position where you're feeling like you've sold out. You've sold out on your dreams, your passions, your visions. You've sold out on your own personal time and your family time, and you can even justify it and make it, okay, purely because everyone else is doing the same thing. So it's that whole safety in numbers, right? So tonight we're going to be inspiring you with a plan B, a possible plan B, something that's going to allow you to dream again. Now, I'll be real honest with you. This may or it may not be for you, and that's okay. But you might know someone that this could be a possibility for, or you might need to think about it and build upon it, and that's cool. But I do encourage you to sit back and just absorb the story you're going to hear tonight, and think, just have a think, to yourself, what if I could have more time for myself? What if I could have more time for my family? Like, who wouldn't want that? What if you could create new friendships with like-minded people? People that really have the same mission and purpose and passion as you. People that are going to fuel your flame and not piss on it. What if you could earn just a little bit of extra income to bring into your family household, just to take a little bit of financial pressure off? What if things could be different? What if things could be better? Just doing something slightly different. What if they could be better? So I encourage you to sit back and think to yourself, what if and what would your life look like then? So normally what we do is we share with people our brand of nutrition, our product Juice Plus, and we hear someone share a story around that. But tonight I guess if you like, have limited time. We have our guest is Kylah, and she's going to be sharing her story, and not just her product story, but her business story, how her life has changed from embracing this opportunity. So, not that I don't value our product, because it's something that I've been eating and my family have been eating for over 10 years, or 12 years and some. But it's just purely by time. I really want to get the most out of Kylah, for you guys and for myself as we can. So if you haven't heard of Juice Plus, our fruits, veggies and berries in a capsule, it's based on Mother Nature. If you haven't heard about that at all, the person who's sharing this recording with you or brought you onto this Zoom, if you haven't heard about it before, please just get back in touch with them and they can see some really simple and easy information. But what I want to do really is just share a little bit about our business with you, just sort of shift into a sort of business mind and really get towards hearing Kylah's story. So what I love about this business is it's just like our product being fruits and veggies in the capsule. It's simple, right? So is our business. It's simple. And by that I mean the company does all the hard work and allows people like me to go about doing what we love doing, and that's just helping people. So by that I mean the company Juice Plus creates Juice Plus. They create the product, they grow the fruits, the veggies, the berries, they juice it, they dehydrate it, they encapsulate it. They even spend millions of dollars every year having it independently scrutinized just to prove what it does inside the human body, which is just an amazing thing. They handle payments, on behalf of my customers and ship directly to my customers and stock the product on my behalf as well in the warehouse. They pay me and my team directly in our chosen bank account. So that whole entire admin side doesn't even exist for me, which is really cool. They have an amazing business program or coaching program, if you like, and anyone that's been working with our company just a short period of time knows that it's really more like a personal development program disguised as a business. They have a tried and proven business system. They have an amazing head office in Newcastle. And for $165 a year, they give us all of that, all the support from head office, along with a back-end office and a website for us to operate our business. So, as I said, what we get to do is focus on what we love doing, and that is helping people. So we literally get paid to connect with people, reconnect with people, build relationships, listen out for people's health needs and even their lifestyle needs, and just offer them what we have in terms of a nutritional product or a business opportunity to see if they think it could be a fit for them. And so it's really cool. You know, we get paid to love and care on people. And I also love how we get paid. We get paid in three really cool ways. There's money on the table for everyone. So we get paid retail sales profits, just like any product that's sold. There's a profit going. So the company will pay us a commission or a sales profit for selling Juice Plus to somebody. We have commissions where what I love about the commissions is it shows we're not a sort of sign-up club, you know, like as in our commissions get paid on the performance of our team. So I've got to invest in my team, grow my team. I've got to listen out for what they want, what their dreams are, and support them along building their business to have the company out of its own profit pool pay me commissions on that. So that's a really cool thing as well. We also get paid in bonuses. There's an awesome what we call rocket track or fast track opportunity where to help people get their business moving and bring money into the business by caring on people and helping people get healthier. They pay bonuses, and it's a teach sort of program, which is really cool. So what the company does is it not only pays that person bonuses for achieving levels through the company or positions through the company, but it pays me as a sponsor for supporting them to do that. So it's a really cool thing. You know, like you just don't hear about that anywhere, right? So, but I don't want to go into too much detail about the business. What I want to do really is get straight into hearing Kylah's story. And just before we do that, what I want to do is just read out her bio to you. This is I do this all the time, Kylah, so don't worry. I read out bios, but because I've been with the company a long time, even though I know some of the NMDs quite well and others not so well, I just know something about them already, regardless of how much I know them. And you'll see what I mean. But this is Kylah's bio. Kylah is a passionate mother of two beautiful girls, Nell and Bon. She loves to share her passion for health and wellness through her amazing business. Prior to starting her Juice Plus business, Kylah worked as a trainer, mentor, and manager, and a coach within a recruitment and job training or in-job training. Her plans changed, which it often does for months, when she became a mother. She realised that the corporate career would not allow her to be present with her children and to be the mother that she wished to be. Kylah was able to reach the NMD position, which is the top position in our company, in just 15 months. So when someone does that, you put your pen to paper when she's talking. But she achieved that in 15 months, and in less than 2 years, her mission is now to, in less than 2 years, she's changed her family's life, and her mission now is to create a life that's soul, and I love this, Kylah, that's soul-quenching, rewarding, and exciting, and to give Nellie and Bonnie, which are her kids, the best present, and that is to get Mark, her husband, to be a stay-at-home father. So I get that. It's an awesome thing. What I want to share about Kylah before I bring her on, I'll unmute you now, is she is someone that has no idea who I am. I reached out to her. Kylah, you probably don't know this. I've been with the company, 2 years. I've been like more than 5 times with the company as long as you. I'm probably 12 years and some. So to reach out to you, you don't know who I am, and just ask you if you would support us. You and all the NMDs that have done so far is just testament to the culture and the family culture behind our company and the love that really spreads. When I started out with this company, working sideline wasn't a thing. In fact, you wouldn't even dare go sideline and ask for support. Nowadays, a sideline are just coming in, and I've had the opportunity to support some other lines of business, and it's been such a privilege, and I totally get it. And it's taken me a long time actually to get the confidence to reach out and go, hey guys, would you support us? And so far I haven't had anyone knock me back. It's a beautiful thing. You're a beautiful person for giving us your time. I'm going to shut up now so we can get the most of you, and I'm going to spotlight you, mate. There we go.
Just spotlight myself because I don't need to see that. Hi everyone. Thank you so much for having me. And Paul, it's actually an honor to be asked by other people in the business to jump on their calls and to share your story, because I don't know, it's a humbling thing. I'm just out there doing my thing. I'm doing what I love, and I'm talking to people about healthy living. And I never dreamed that it would be inspirational to someone else to hear my story. So it's an honor. Thank you very much for having me. So a little bit about me. I am still a stay-at-home mum. Before Juice Plus, though, I was so career driven. I was always the person who excelled in everything that I did. I started at Macca's when I was 14 and 9 months old, and I worked at the back, and I was the first girl in Victoria to work at the back, and I was proud of that. And then I wanted to move out the front, and I wanted to be the fastest person to get cars through drive-through. I was always so competitive and always so driven to just smash every business that I was in and every position I had. I went to childcare, and it was always a race how many nappies I could change in half an hour. And then, from then on, my career kind of progressed, and I got a little bit more serious about life. And I found myself in recruitment. Specifically, I was working with long-term unemployed people, so people who had such complex barriers. So really, it was a nurturing role. It was all about helping people and helping them, feel good about themselves, helping them find clothes to wear in the morning and have a reason to get out of bed and to put down the bong or the bottle of alcohol or whatever it was, and give them purpose again. So I love that, and I've always been really, really big on helping people find their purpose and helping people want to be a better version of themselves. In Job Network, however, a lot of the people I was working with, and I was pouring my heart and my energy and my soul and my passion into, and I was, getting to work at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was leaving work at 7 o'clock at night, because I was spending so much time trying to help these people. But really, they didn't want help. They wanted to sit on Centrelink and just keep getting their free money. So it wasn't all that rewarding or soul quenching. I was helping people and I was doing the best I could, but they didn't necessarily want it. But still, that competitive little girl in me, I wanted to get to the top of the company. So I started off as a consultant, and I worked my bum off, and then I got into a team leader position, then I got into a manager position, then a state manager position, then I was running the RTO side of the business for the whole company Australia wide. So I was very, very career focused. And I was never that woman who dreamed of getting pregnant so that work was a ticket, so that I had a ticket out of work. Rather, I was convinced that I'd be bored stupid as a mother. And I told my manager that I would be back to work when baby was 3 months old, because I would just be so bored. How wrong was I? Unbelievably, I don't know if any of you guys have got kids, but far out, it changed the second my little firstborn daughter Nellie was born. I looked at her, and my mother-in-law walked in to meet her granddaughter, her first grandchild, and we'd spoken previously when I was, corporate boss babe, and she was going to be the one to look after my daughter when I went back to work. So the first time she walks into the hospital to meet her granddaughter, and she tried to hold her, and I looked at her with resentment, and I'd never looked at her with resentment before, but all I saw was the woman who was going to take this child away from me because I chose to go back to work, and my baby was like a day old. So I, from that moment, knew that I wasn't going to be able to go back to work. I wasn't going to be that corporate woman. And, I had 12 months mat leave up my sleeve. And I was really grateful for that. But every time I saw my mother-in-law, I had this in the back of my head that she's going to be the one to take my baby away from me. So I knew that I couldn't bring myself to go back to work. Like, it just wasn't going to happen. My boss asked me if I wanted to do some work from home, and I tried. And it was horrible because I couldn't be the mum I wanted to be doing that work from home. And this was within that first 12 months of mat leave. I had to just ignore my baby and do work at my computer. And when you have your first child, life just changes so much. You go from, being quite organized and it would have functioned really well to just want to stare at this tiny little person rolling around on the floor blowing bubbles. So for me, sitting at a desk at my house and ignoring my baby rolling around on the floor and blowing bubbles, that was just horrible. So I told my boss I wasn't interested. I wanted to just enjoy my 12 months mat leave, and then we'd cross that bridge when we get to it. So the 12 months finished, and I extended my mat leave for another 12 months because I couldn't bring myself to go back to work and leave my daughter. And then probably about 6 months later, my fiance said, babe, you need to start generating some income. We need to do something. You need to help, you know, even if it's just some money to make, you know, to pay for groceries, that will just take the edge off. So I had, you know, I was riddled with anxiety that whole 12 months anyway, just thinking about what will happen if I have to leave Nelly. But yeah, when I found Juice Plus, I was beyond skeptical because I was already organic, paleo, pretty much a vegan. I was very, very clean eating, and the products to me, I just thought they sounded like a scam, to be honest. I just thought it's going to be like food coloring and flour, and it's not going to do anything for me because I'm already superhuman with what I put into my body. And yeah, they're not going to touch the sides. So I gave them a go anyway, because the business model just sounded like everything I'd been looking for. It was, you know, all about empowering people and helping people raise them up, teach them, train them. And obviously that competitive little person in me was like, I could be the first NMD in Victoria. This could be cool as well. So I thought I'll give it a go. And the products blew my mind. I went from being a caffeine dependent zombie mum stumbling for the coffee in the morning after my baby not sleeping all night to bouncing out of bed and, you know, running and boxing and just so energized. And I found just from having that shift in my energy that the business kind of happened really organically. You know, people I knew in my day-to-day life, they would see me with more energy. They would see me glowing. They would see me just bouncing around. I was happier. I was less stressed. And, you know, the conversations around the products just happened so naturally. So the business for me was an absolute no-brainer, and I gave it a go. And that was, 2 and a bit years ago now. So, yeah, that's...
So, Kylah, that's crazy. So, you know, so much of so what I love how you said you're doing what you love, you're inspiring healthier living, and I think what stood out to me is and this is a really cool thing, is although you were corporate, you weren't a corporate animal. You were a nurturing person at core already, and that's where you're doing that in a corporate role, and you're giving people purpose and reason. And that, would you not agree that is like it's an essential ingredient to be someone working with our company, that you've got to be a nurturer. You've got to give, you're basically going to give a shit about other people, right?
Yeah.
So that really stood out to me, mate. That whole thing, soul searching, 2 words, very powerful. I hope it totally resonates with me. The first child thing, I've got 2, so mine are 10 and 12 now. I totally get it. Like, you know, when you go camping and you're staring at the fire, the first thing that always pops in my head is going, I think to myself, I swear to God, when I get home now, I'm never going to watch telly again, because I don't need to, because watching a fire is so much better than watching television.
Yeah.
Watching a kid is not even on the same ballpark as watching a fire. It's a whole other level. So I can see and totally get how that need to change your life occurred from having that child. The paleo clean eating skeptic. I love it. And what stood out to me more, mate, is that actually the business drew you into trying the product, as opposed to the product being a wow. And then you're going, yeah, okay, I might look at this, you know, I might share this with people. So that's really amazing. And the energy levels and glow is just something so common. You know, it's interesting. We have so much of science, as you know, over 33 studies showing what it does to improve human health. But we haven't had any studies directly associated with increasing energy or glowing skin, although we've had skin health studies and immune function. When you're not getting sick, you're going to have more energy, you know, all that sort of stuff. But it's such a common, what do you call it? I don't know. The side effects always sound like bad things. They're associated with pharmaceuticals. But energy and glow is such a common side effect with Juice Plus. So, mate, I really loved your story. What I'd love to know, to share with everyone, is 15 months, right? Okay, I get it. You mentioned from the start, you've been a go-getter, started at Macca's, out the back, get out the front, be the first person, be the younger person, first NND Melbourne. I get it all, but 15 months, what did you do? I know you said it happened organically, but 15 months is a fast pace. I know you care about people. I know you went out walking the talk and sharing the mission, but what exactly did you do, i.e. the DMO? What did you do? What did you commit to be able to connect with enough people that would get you to be an NMD, enough of people that you had inspired to want to take themselves, not just from their health, but their own personal lifestyle to a higher level. Because I know, and this is me included, is I know I want more. I know I'm meant for more. But to do it in 15 months, to keep that pace, what did you do?
Yeah, cool. Awesome question. So, look, honestly, I just had so my first goal, obviously, I had to make $100 a week to pay for my groceries. Like, that had to happen, because for me, going to work and leaving my daughter, that was not going to happen. Like, no way was that going to happen. So I just call it a game. You know, I had that laser focus. I made a decision that this is what I was going to do, and I didn't stop. And then once I reached that goal, okay, what's next? You know, as soon as I ticked one goal off, I was, okay, what's next? Okay, what's next? And I was honestly, NMD was in my sights. I was going to NMD, and I didn't stop. I looked at that goal and I just ran for it. So, you know, all the conversations I had with people, if they worked out, fantastic. I'll link arms and let's run. Conversations that didn't work out, see ya. I'm still going this way. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I just racehorse with blinkers on, and I still am. Like, I still have my massive goals. Like, I'm going to bring Mark home. We're going to bring Mark home. We want to world school the children, travel around the world, and not be, you know, dictated to where we can go on holidays because he's stuck at work. And I'll go into this in a second. We've had a really horrendous event happen in our household, in our family, and I have had the luxury of, I can work when I want to work, and when my headspace is right for me to work, then I'll work. His boss, his company has said, take the time you need and have the break that you need. And he's like, I don't want to go back. I'm not ready. I don't want to go back. Whereas me, this role, this business, this company, I'm dying to go back. I'm dying to help people achieve their goals. So, you know, I love that about this business, that, you know, it's something that I'm so passionate about. I can choose when I want to go back and when I'm ready to go back. But yeah, laser focus. So I'll just grab hands with anyone who wants to come along for this ride and help them meet them where they're at. If they want to run with me at the front, then I'll link arms with them and I'll run. But if they fall back, or they're not interested, or they reject, or they say no, or they start and they don't work out, I don't care. It's already fallen behind me and I'm still going this way.
Right on. Listen, I'm going to, what I heard, tell me if I didn't hear you correctly, I heard basically that you drew a line, and that was your child. That was your first child. And as you know, when you have the second one, it's that same game all over again. So that was your line, you drew it. And you had laser focus, and you took each step as it went all along the way. So you had your big vision, but you just attacked every little step as you went, which is basically our marketing plan, right?
Yeah.
Passion and purpose, it can't happen without that. If you say that along with being nurturing and caring, you've got to have passion and purpose. Done. And then what really stood out to me too is, see, the horse with blinkers, if you're not with me, if you go with me, I'll hold your hand, we'll go all the way, let's do it. And if you're not, then you're behind. That could be like, oh, who wants to be working with a person like that? They're just going to dump you behind. But you really summed it up when you said you're going to meet people where they're at. And if people don't want to run, and I know this, I've been there, it's just a shit of a thing to turn around, throw the lasso, noose them and start trying to drag them. It doesn't work. They've got to go. I guess it goes back to that thing. They've got to have their own passion and purpose.
Yeah.
So
look at the finish line, and I'll open up a barrel of hay or a biscuit of hay, or, you know, whatever you call it, of hay, and I'll spread it around for everyone who's not going as fast as me to share when they get there. But I'm going to go and open it first. Do you know, like, what I mean? I'm not saying I'm, you know, going to eat all the pie and get to the end. You know what I've
taken away from this, Kylah, is to talk to myself first and talk to my team as well about that that line, you know, drawing that line. Yours was your children, and I think we've got to get very clear on that line. If we're not clear on that line, why would you have passion? But what's my passion around, right? So it's all well and good to say I like serving on people and doing this, but unless I want to get somewhere, unless I want to be a type of person that inspires someone else to go, you know what, I want to be not them, but like them, whereby I have my own line, and I want to have what they have to get to my line, or, you know, to stay clear of my line, whichever side of the line you're on. Yeah, awesome, mate. Listen, I know you've got to go. Before you do, can I just say thank you so much for taking the time. I know you might have 2 kids lying on the floor there that you're looking at. I don't know. But I want to say thank you so much for giving us your time, mate. I truly appreciate it. I'm very grateful for it. I say this to all the NMDs that give their time to us. Conference is just around the corner. I know you're going to have lots of people that are wanting your time, but I will just fish my way up, come give you a cuddle and say thank you very much for giving us this opportunity tonight. I took my notes, as I always do. You've inspired me, as all the NMDs do, and thank you very much, mate. So enjoy the meeting with your team, and I'll see you at conference.
Can I say one more thing?
Please do.
Because they'll be right. They can wait. So I think one really important thing that, has been crucial in where I've gone to, not giving up and not having excuses. And I know, I don't know if anyone else is NMD on this call or what your positions are or where you're in the business, but I know that when I started, and I was getting invited to some of the events, or I was getting asked to be on training, or I was being asked to share on a Zoom event, or to go to a training, or to go to a conference, or to go and do something that I didn't want to do. And all of the leaders all of the NMDs were, and, the NMDs all say, you just got to make it happen, like, get out of your own way, find a way, make it happen. And I was so grumpy because I was like, of course it's easy for you to say, make it happen. Like, you guys are all probably rolling in it. My Zoom's just popped up telling me to go on to another call. Just ignore that. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, I was so grumpy at them for trying to put that kind of pressure on me, because I was like, you guys have got it all. Like, you're NMDs. You've got everything. You've got it in the palm of your hands. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah.
They had it so easy. So it was so easy for them to say, you know, be at training, be at conference, make the effort, travel to conference, travel to training, put your kids to bed early, leave your kids running around the house half naked until your call is finished. I was so angry that they said that. But what I've realized since I've been an MD now is life still happens, right? Shit still happens. I've had the most epic freaking thing happen in the last 2 weeks that would blow your mind, and it rattled me to my very core. And maybe when we've finished recording, I can share that story with you guys, because it's so horrid. It doesn't need to be shared here. But you know, everything happens. We all have stuff happen to us, but we make a choice that we're gonna make shit happen because we have a goal and we have a vision and we have that line in the sand that I still want to get to. You know what I mean? Like, I still want to bring Mark home. I still want to, you know, do more renovations to my house, especially now. There's lots of things that I still want to do, and that's not going to happen if I shrink back and go, it's just too hard right now. And I'm an NMD. I'm allowed to say that. And
that's awesome. That's awesome.
If you keep making excuses like that and going, oh, it's okay for the NMDs to just go to conference because they're NMDs and it's easy for them. No, it's not. It's hard for everyone. We all have the same excuses. So, you know, whatever your excuses are, push them aside, make it happen, whatever it is. Don't give up. Just be relentless in your goals, because it's so worth it. You know, you never regret getting out of your own way to do something.
That's like a quote, mate. I've got to write it down. You never regret, sorry, mate, getting out of your own way.
You'll never regret it. You'll kick yourself if you miss something. You'll kick yourself for not achieving your goals. You'll kick yourself. You'll throw yourself the biggest pity party. You'll have the biggest sook. You'll blame the business. You'll blame your team. You'll blame whatever it takes, and all you can blame is you. And you will never regret it if you actually just step up, show up, turn up, and make shit happen.
Man, spoken like a true mirror. Yeah, that's gold. That's unreal. Listen, can I don't have to, I know you've got to go, so you can just go, no, I'm not doing it. But for people to understand what the shit week was, can you do like the 60-second version of what that was? Just so people, what I'd love everyone to know, and anyone that's watching this or the recording, is to know, you know, yeah, you've said, oh, NMD's tell me this, I'm going to do that. And I was like, no way. But what did you go through this week? Because I know you didn't need to be on this call tonight. It could have been easier for you not to. You have no idea who I am. It doesn't serve your business any financially or growth-wise, anything to be here. But something happened and you decided to say yes to even us. What was it? What is, you know, what are you about?
Yeah, right, cool. So So the trauma that happened a week ago, I was laying in bed with my beautiful little baby who's 1, and she's a really early riser. So 4:30, she decides it's time to get up, and she stands up and starts jumping because we're like snuggling in together because she's teething and she doesn't sleep anyway. My fiance or husband's in the other room with my 4-year-old. And I wrestle my baby back down and try and snuggle her to make her go to sleep. And 10 minutes later, there is the most loud, scary noise I've ever heard in my life, which there's probably 6 of these noises. And after the 6 noises have happened, my baby says to me, "Mum, mum, mum," and then snuggles into my chest and is quiet, and she's not quiet. So I stayed in bed petrified for about 5 minutes until I heard Mark running around in the hallway and coming up to the bedroom and opened the door, and we said to each other, that was gunshots, wasn't it? Which was traumatic in itself. But I whisked my children down to the other end of our house, and we hid down in the lounge room. And then we saw a fire truck and police trucks, cars pull up in our drive, like the front of our house. And we were like, yeah, that was definitely gunshots. So I decided that I would get my children the hell out of our street, because obviously it's a really nice area and my children don't need to see whatever's going on. You know, obviously the media was going to be right up our street, and I just didn't want to try and explain that to my 4-year-old daughter. So I went back down to my room to gather all of our clothes and stuff. And as I walked into my room, I could see blue and red flashing lights through my curtain. And I didn't remember there'd been a hole in my curtain previously. It actually turned out that a bullet had flown through my bedroom window, through my curtain, into my cupboard, and through my wall, a meter from where I laid with my baby. The hole ended up being right here, this level. So if I had have actually stood up with my baby like she wanted me to, and went and got my mum slippers from the end of my bed, the bullet would have gone straight through my head. So that was the scariest thing I've ever gone through in my life. You know, your house is your sanctuary. It's the place you feel safe. And I don't know about you guys, but when you shut your curtains at the end of the day, you're locking the world out, and it's your home and it's your place. So to have that happen to my home, to my place, in a bed where I was laying with my daughter, who very easily could have had me up out of bed, that has shook me to my core. We left us, and we did not return we haven't returned to stay. We're staying at a friend's house at the moment because I can't bring myself to sleep there until these neighbours have left. They've been evicted, so hopefully they're out really soon. But I haven't been able to function. My brain has been completely gaga, and it has been really, really scary. So I've got a conference next week. I'm speaking at conference, and again, I could have said I don't want to do it anymore, but I know that to grow, I need to step out of my comfort zone and get out of my way. I also know that, you know, you have choices in life, and I could have chosen to just quit and walk away and, you know, go through, and hide away from the world and not have anything to do with my business and build my upline to deal with for the moment. But I want to build a ginormous fence, and I want to put in Teflon windows, and I want to have, like, you know, the crazy security, and I want to be able to just say, look, stuff it, let's go and spend, you know, a month in Bali or Vietnam or Fiji or Hawaii, like, and to do that, I want to earn more money. And for Mark, my fiance, to be able to take time off work at the moment to heal a little bit, and he's been amazing. That's great, but I would much rather he not have to ask anyone or tell anyone that he's not ready to go back to work yet. So rather than, you know, sink my head into the sand and decide that I can't do this call and I can't do the next call that I'm now 10 minutes late for, I can hear someone started it already for me, so it's all good. But rather than not do these calls and not step up and be there for my team and help my team, I'm going to work my freaking ass off to grow my business double, triple in the next 6 to 12 months, so that obviously this is never going to happen again. This was a freak occurrence, right? But to have the choice for Mark not to have to ask for time off work, for Mark not to feel like he's got to go back to work because there's people who are counting on him as well. So to have that flexibility to make our choices in our life, you know, that's why I'm here.
And I love it. You know, no excuses, life happens.
Yeah.
And it's so true. if it's not the bullet coming through your window, it's going to be something else. It's going to be painting our neighbour across the road. It's going to be someone at Mark's work dragging him down. It's going to be something somewhere, somehow. It always comes. We all know that we're all adults. We've all lived enough to know that it's just speed ups all the way. What your intention is to do is stay focused, no excuses, and then have that vehicle that allows you to just smooth right through all of those things. Awesome.
I want to help people so much. Like, I've got the most beautiful team. I've got some incredible girls in my business who want to be better mums, want to be more present mums. They want to bring their husbands home. And, you know, life is such a gift, right? It is such a gift. And it goes so damn fast. Like, my baby was born yesterday and somehow she's 1. Like, everyone is going through the same time flying through life. Everyone should be able to have more time with their children, more time with their families, less stress, less letterbox anxiety. Like, if I can help anyone, you know, reduce all of those things or improve those areas of their life, then that would be the greatest gift. Because, you know, we've got an amazing life now, aside from bullets flying through our window. Things are really good. But I would love to help other people just have the freedom and flexibility that we have as well. So yeah, that's why I'm here. And I hope, thank you for asking me. I'm sorry if I rambled, and you just have to laugh at my brain space at the moment because I'm normally so much more switched on, and I'm just a bit kind of la-di-da at the moment. So maybe we actually caught you at a really good time, actually, you know.
Thanks so much. I know you got team now that you've got to go feed into. Thanks so much for feeding into us. Really appreciate it. And look, I didn't know you were speaking at conference, so I look forward to that. I'll be in my seat. I know her. I know her. Unreal. Thank you so much, mate. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good night, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.